Hello bros and welcome to Aspect Zero Profile Production and the first part of Sakura Night 3. Well, I've been waiting for I've not been waiting at all for this, considering I was stranded without being able to do clips for 6 months, though that will never be noticed exactly which clips that I was stranded at, because I did actually manage to get back to doing clips, and I'm pretty much caught up by now. So now I'm just doing clips once a month. I mean once a week, because well, I spent 1 day a week doing clips. Some exceptions are made for special things that doesn't get uploaded to YouTube, but at least this is Sakura Night 3. Let's first check how many pictures. 6, 12, 17. So it's one less picture than I would like, but that doesn't matter. So, but I'm gonna do one exception. This every time we run into a picture we have seen before in any other game of Sakura, we're gonna read straight through it without any exception. Only on the scene pictures it's gonna be allowed. Otherwise we're not gonna stop. So let's start. Good, it doesn't start with a picture that we have never seen before. It usually annoys me when it does. The country of Lemuria is a peaceful one, but that wasn't always the case. Only a couple of decades prior, the people of this land lived in fear. They were ruled by the evil demon queen Gunhild, who crushed all opposition with her army of monsters. The downtrodden populace began to lose hope. They feared that nobody would be able to stand up to Gunhild and her mighty forces. But then a miracle happened. My own mother, Cressida, took up a sword and pledged to defeat Gunhild. She assembled a party of warriors from across the land and confronted Gunhild in her lair. A fierce battle ensued between humans and demons. Sparks flew, magic rippled through the earth, and the blade of my mother's trusted sword shone. Nobody thought my mother, a mere human, could defeat a wicked despot like Gunhild. But during that fabled fight, she proved the world wrong. She defeated Gunhild and in so doing ensured an era of peace which has lasted for years since. My mother was regarded as a hero by the people of Lemuria. She was showered with important army positions and honors, but she declined them all. My mother chose not to capitalize on her success. Instead of seeking out a life of fame and fortune, she retired from the limelight and retreated to a small village in the forest. There she married my father, and the pair of them opened their own bakery. I was born shortly after. My name's Estelle, and I'm the daughter of the famous Cressida. I always looked up to my mother and spent my childhood years dreaming of being a knight like her. Though Gunhild was defeated a long time ago, monsters continued to roam the forests of Lemuria. Yeah, I don't think whatever her name was actually can control the monsters. I mean, she got defeated by a slime. The monsters attack traverse at will and cause untold problems for the smaller villagers scattered among the countryside. Every town and city has a guild of its own, which adventurers frequent. At this guild's adventure are assigned the quest to keep the people safe. Adventurers dispatch monsters, fetch rare items from the forest, and help people rebuild their homes after particularly vicious attacks. The backbone of Lemuria society. Would be an exaggeration to call them heroes. I want to be a hero too, but my parents have always been overprotective. They were afraid I'd get hurt if I went on quests of my own, Why do you need to go and fight instead? You should leave that to the adventurers. I didn't risk my life so you could throw yours away. You're my only daughter and I want to keep you safe. That's why my mother always said whenever I brought up the subject up, but after many years I was finally able to wear her down. Now that at the age of 22 I set out on my own journey. My mother gave me her sword, which she used to defeat Gunhild. She gave me her old armor too, but most of it didn't fit. I had to content myself with wearing her shoulder pads and greaves. My parents gave me a little money for the journey, then bade me a fond farewell. Take good care of yourself, my dear. Write to me whenever you have the chance. Know that no matter where you go, I shall always be thinking of you. If your journey ever gets too trying, you're free to come home. You'll always be welcome here. There's no shame in relying on your parents. You're my little treasure, and I would move heaven and earth for your sake. You will always be my darling, Estelle. I think my mother had her parting words to me often. At the very beginning of my journey, when I was still ignorant of the world and its dangers, I thought of them every day. Often it was all that kept me going. Though I set off with cautious optimism, I soon learned how foolish I'd been. I was helplessly naive and I let myself get tricked. I was taken advantage of by a cat girl called Tort. She coerced me into stripping off my clothes. It's a long story. They stole my money and my mother's sword and abandoned me in the woods. If not for the timely intervention of a pretty elf, Felicia, I would have been in grave danger. Together, Felicia and I traveled the largest city in Lemuria, Grimoire. There we took on a quest at the local guild and in so doing met the wolf girl Rune. With the aid of Rune's sensitive nose, we were able to track down Tart. I took back my mother's sword and Tart was enlisted as a fourth and final member of our party. The beginning of a journey could hardly be called suspicious. But several months have passed since then, and I think I've been doing relatively well for myself. I was able to forgive Tart for her TV, and now she's become a reliable ally. Runes is loyal and earnest, and Felicia's swordsmanship is impeccable. Of all my new companions, I'm particularly close to... Well, I'm gonna continue as I always done, and be close to Rune, because she's the one we've been closer to the entire time. Even though Felicia technically coerced us into sex the very first time we met her. In a barn on Hafe, or as a matter of fact, but let's choose. Rune, she's so cute it's hard not to like her, and she's always been kind to me. In fact, I could say that I love her. We share a room in Grimoire's Inn, and we cuddle together in bed every night. Her skin is soft and supple, and she smells so good. Is it any wonder I've fallen for her? Who could resist her wolfily animal-eared charms? And as for my combat prowess, well, I'm still nothing special. I'm a half-baked knight, if that. But with Felicia, Rune, and Top by my side, I'm sure I'll be able to withstand all the challenges life throws at me. I'm not half so foolish as I was before. Tart betrayal taught me a few street smarts, and taking multiple quests at the Grimoire guilds have helped hone my swordsmanship. I improved a lot since the early days, and when I first set off from my parents' bakery. I've always been a shy, retiring girl, but now I'm finally becoming somebody I can be proud of. My dream hasn't changed. I still want to be a knight. I don't remember if anyone watched the ending of Sakura Night 2. Actually, if you had Felicia as a love interest, you actually do get cursed into actually be serving drinks at the bar for one night. As long it's a long way off, but I'm not going back down. I want to take my mother, my father, and my new friends proud. I'm going to do my very best. Alright, it looks like you cleared yet another quest successfully. Congratulations. Here's your reward. Alice hands me a pouch of money. I accept it with the bow of my head. Thank you very much. No, thank you, girls have been big help throughout the months. I don't know what I'd do without you. It probably goes without saying, but I'm at the local guild alongside the fellow members of my party, Felicia, Rune, and Tart. We come to the guild every day, weekends accepted to take on various quests. As Grimoire is big city and there are a large number of adventurers who frequent this guild, it can be hard to secure jobs. But as of late, the force has been teeming with monsters. Some of the monsters are rather weak, slimes and the like, but others are powerful. We had quite a vigorous workout today. I sustained no small amount of cuts and bruises, but was able to come out of the fight relatively unscathed. We defeated a foe, and now we come to claim our reward. That's how these things always go. Alex was skeptical at us at first, being strangers to Grimoire, but I think we finally earned her trust. Lately, she's been giving us a lot of difficult quests that would usually be reserved for most senior adventurers of the guild. These quests can be perilous, but they're also lucrative. That's why the adventurers of this guild all fight over them. In the beginning, the adventurers here paid little heed to my party and I. When they did deign to speak to us, it was mostly to tease us. They didn't regard us as rivals. They thought we were too insignificant to deserve a modicum of thought. Alice doubted our strength and didn't give us any higher tier quest. It's different now, though. We're getting a lot of good jobs, and in so doing we seem to be annoying the adventurers who have been here longer than we have. Look at those girls. They continue to come here, not one of them native of Grimoire, and take all our jobs. That money belongs to us. We have honed our skills for years. They've only been doing this for a few months. Why should they get preferential treatment? Throw us a bone, Ash. Can't you find something for us to do? I would if I thought you could handle it. But these girls have been a better track record than all of you. They accomplished every single quest they've been given. It should be obvious that their skills outstrip your own. I think Felicia could best all of you on a 10-to-1 fight without even using her sword. Well, I don't know about that. Felicia smiles magnanimously. Well, she could have probably distracted all of them if she took off her armor and started fighting them. They would be pretty distracted, and she would probably floor them within record time. I'm not a goddess. I do have limits. But if it's a fight these gentlemen want, I shall do my best to answer them. Felicia cracks her knuckles menacingly. When I grow older, I shall ascend the throne. Then I shall be Queen of Grace. As a future queen, I cannot anybody or anything best me, be it man, beast, or demon queen. The worst thing is, I bet she's right. Let's not make her mad. I value my life too much. I challenged her in an arm wrestling competition a few days ago, and she obliterated me. She almost wrenched my arm out of its socket. What? Seriously? I'm being dead serious. She might act like a total airhead, but her power is nothing to be sneezed at. She's insane. Something about her laugh gives me the creeps. Is this girl really a princess? The Elven royal family must have a few screws loose. Oh no, I am not crazy. Not in the slightest. I'm simply determined, I suppose you could say. The adventures take a few uneasy steps back. Todd meanwhile laughs. You guys are also pathetic. You looked down on us in the past, but now it should be plain we are every bit as skilled as you are, if not more. Yeah. This cat girl is so annoying. She's strong, we get it. She doesn't need to boast. It's so unappealing. It's a shame that she has such rotten personality. Her cute face is completely wasted. The adventurers grouse among themselves while Thor continues to deride them. You can complain as much as you like. That's your privilege, being losers. In any case, it doesn't matter to me. I've been called worse names in the past. I used to be a vagabond, but I turned over a new leaf. I never knew helping the general public could be so much fun. Fighting is a great way to get the blood pumping, and all the reward money certainly sweetens the deal. But the envious looks of your face is simply sublime, to die for. Now, why don't you cluster together and lick your wounds like good little kitties? That's all you're good for. Yeah. That would make if I was Alex here, I would say, Tart, you have to wait outside in the future. She doesn't need to boast or be mean to anybody. What a bitch. Hey Tart, I should thought a warning look. Are you sure you should be antagonizing them like that? I don't see why I should. Due to antagonize us. They said all sorts of horrible things, until they learned how strong we really are. I'm just giving them a taste of their own medicine. Humility is quite a bitter pill to swallow. And I thought it was foxes that were supposed to be vengeful. Well, they're mischievous, that's for sure. Aside, you just try not to make them hate us too much. I don't like being the center of attention. All these eyes trained upon me, courtesy of Tort, is making me sweat. Now then, Alex turns her back to the complaining adventures and offers a gentle smile. As I paid you, I should let you retire for the day. But before that, I'd like to confer upon a few words of praise. I'm very happy that everything you girls have achieved, and no matter what these adventurers say, you are the great bone of this guild, and I feel fortunate to have met you. You are all reliable, trustworthy warriors, but I'm particularly proud of you, Estelle. Huh? I found myself blinking. Me? That's right. You made quite a lot of progress since you first came to my guild. I never knew you had so much fight in you. No, I didn't do that much, really. I felt a wilt beneath Alex's compliments, my face flushed. Earlier this morning, Alex asked us to defeat a spiny drake. Drakes are similar to dragons, but they're small and they don't have wings. They're like large armored lizards. Some of them can spit poison, others can command electricity, and others can breathe fire. It seems like some kind of violence without wings. Yeah. Its mouth was full of sharp, jagged teeth, and its claws, yeah, but that makes me shudder. To be honest, I was afraid. I froze up a few seconds. It wasn't for Felicia, I probably would have been bitten off my head while I was standing there. But fortunately for you, I was there. Felicia smiles. I would never let any harm befall you, fair Estelle, I swear it, upon my name of Felicia. Marbel de Argento, right? Yes, indeed. How did you know I was going to say that? Because you always do. It's Felicia's catchphrase. She always reminds me of her full name at every given opportunity, as though I could forget it. Her full name is rather distinctive, I guess. That's because she's royal. It might be true that you hesitated when first faced the day's foe, but soon came to your senses. You dealt Drake several splendid blows. That's right. You're more than just a pretty face, Estelle. Some of your attacks were quite splendid. Were they? I'm not too sure about that. When I fight, my surroundings blur together, my body courses with adrenaline, and everything becomes vague or dreamlike. When my battles end, I find it hard to remember what actually happened during them. That makes it hard for me to learn from my past mistakes. I think I'm still a novice, really. Maybe so, but you're less of a novice than you were. That is right, you progressed a long way. You're not at all like the girl I first met, screaming for help in the woods in her underwear. Huh? My face burns redder than ever. Did you really need to bring that up? It's painful in memory. Who like being reminded of their failures? I'm sorry, my dear Estelle, I didn't mean to embarrass you. It's just then, when I think of you back then, my heart begins to skip a beat. You looked adorable. As they always adorable. Runewoo's been quite up until this point. She barely speaks around others. Shimmers in. Esty try hard, I like a lot. She's strong, brave, kind, good night. You kept us all together. Succinctly put, I think so too. And I. You guys. I look at my companions, my face dusted rose pink. You're not just saying that, are you? Do you really think I'm that good? I do indeed. You should know by now, Estelle, that I do not tell lies. As a princess, I'm pure of heart and mind. I'm not sure that's true. Can a woman who loves stripping so much truly be pure? In public, no less. And I always say exactly what I believe. It's because of your kindness that I've been able to work together. We have been able to work together so smoothly. If it weren't for you, Rune and Todd might have investigated one another long ago. Self-affecting though, I think there's some truth to that. Though our party gets along pretty well now, that wasn't always the case. Rune and Todd used to hate one another. They were diametrically opposed, one being a wolf girl, the other a cat girl. There was bad blood between them. Todd tricked Rune once, a long time ago, and Rune never let go of that grudge. They are always at one another's throats. Sometimes I worry they really might kill each other. But after a few private talks, I was able to get them to apologize. Now they act like the best of friends. Your presence makes it easier for us to get along. You're a wonderful meditator, Estelle. You might question your abilities with a sword, and in truth they could use some work. But when it comes to the understanding of human emotion, your skills are unparalleled. But you are the heart of this party. We all love you greatly. Without you, we would be nothing. It's very sweet of you, but you're being too kind. I can't take any credit for our success. I'm really just a normal girl. Maybe in your eyes you are, but to me you're a shining jewel. Jewel. Nothing that precious. I think you are. Rooney interjects, her voice adorably earnest as always. You're my friend, best friend, help me fight. Want to protect Esty, want to help. So keep going. Doing this for you. Now don't leave me out, thought Pouts. You're forgetting I wouldn't even be a member of this party if you hadn't found it in your heart to forgive me for stealing your mother's sword. You gave me a second chance, Estelle. And you helped me find a place where I can belong. I'm very happy that I met you. My life has turned around for the better since then, and I have been enjoying every day to its fullest. That's all thanks to you. You see? We all love you. You help each and every one of us. It's a ways you perhaps can see yourself. You're the glue that holds our team together. And I'm sure we all stay together for a long, long time to come. So saying, you guys. Well, that picture have I not seen before. At least not the exact picture. I'm sure of that. But that was all I have for Sakura Night 3 this time now. So hit like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.